Hello all, welcome to Mohini Art Gallery, and today we will be painting this cute little bird. So let's start with it. So this rough sketch I have drawn on a wooden round sheet, and I have primed it back. First I tried painting lotus, but thought of painting this cute little bird. So you can see the impression behind, but this will be disappeared when I'll be using acrylic colors. So I have just used lemon yellow and permanent green and a little bit of white to cover the whole background. So I'm just covering the whole background with this color. Use thick color so that it looks neat. Don't use much of water with it, because otherwise the texture and the density of the color will disappear. So it's better you use thick color, and you can use any brand of acrylics. And if you are a beginner, use basic student based colors like Camlin. You can use Brustro. But if you are a professional, try using little branded colors like Winsor & Newton and Liquitex Golden. So these all colors are brands are really very good. In fact, student based, they can also use Fevicryl colors. They are also very good as a student based colors. So I've just covered the whole area with this same color, and I'm just repeating this same color so that the layers become quite thick enough. So now once we are done with the background, here I am using raw umber and a little bit of sap green and white to cover the branches, and here I am using round brush to cover the entire branch area. I'm just using round brush because it is very small circle wooden block. So round brush is easy for covering the areas which are quite narrow. So now once we are done with the background, here I am using raw umber and a little bit of sap green and white to cover the branches, and here I am using round brush to cover the entire branch area. I'm just using round brush because it is very small circle wooden block. So round brush is easy for covering. Now to cover the background part of the bird, I'm using Prussian blue and ivory black mixture, and I'll just cover the top head area of the bird and little lighter version of it in the stomach part. So here also I am using my round brush for this. You can also paint this on any surface, whatever you like. You can paint this on your paper, on the canvas sheet, but it should be primed when you are using canvas sheet. So anything, whatever you like, you can use this. So when you are using paper, use thick paper like 300 GSM and more, so that it gives a nice, the paper doesn't fold off and the imprints does not go backside. So use thick paper. And yeah, you can use any paper, no need of using any gesso on the paper. But apart from that, if you're using any other material, then you need gesso for priming it. Yeah, you can use any brand of gesso if you want. There's many brands which are there. So I've just covered the upper area, but still it is not completely smooth color, so I think I'll apply another coat of it. But first I'll do the lower part, which I have added little bit white, and I'm just blocking the whole stomach area. So here you can use a flat brush also, but I felt it easy to use round brush, so I'm using round brush. So there's no hard and fast of using any brush. Whichever brush is comfortable for you, you can use it. For this painting, I thought of using round brush because this painting is quite small. And yes, please use a synthetic brush or Bristol brush. Otherwise, if you are using any watercolor brushes, it might stick. The acrylic colors might stick and it will not come out, and your brush will be destroyed. So better choose a synthetic or Bristol brush, so that the brush is not damaged and you can easily remove the colors from the brush. And now for the detailing of the lower part, here I am using pink and white mixture, and I am using your liner brush, it is size 0. So I'm just making it in a liquid form, and I'll just make small lines. These lines are actually crisscross lines. So first, at the edges, I'm just making the curved lines. It's very thin, sharp lines. So you have to do many layers of coating. This is the first layer which I am doing here. And the lines should be in a crisscross manner. It should not be in the same direction. The lines should be one to the other side and another to the other side. So you can see I'm doing crisscross technique here. So same technique you have to use it. So as we go down, the color is little bit more dark red. So here I am using crimson and little bit of pink added to it, and white also, to create a darker color. And to the lower portion, I'll use just little bit of yellow to give it a little bit of orangey touch to it. Now this first coat is complete, but let's do with the upper part now. The first coat, I think the upper part will require only one coat. I'll not use more than that, otherwise it will create an haphazard. So I'll just use one coat, but for the lower part I'll use 2 3 coats. So I'm just creating small lines, as you can see. And here also, the as the shape moves, the line should be also in the same direction. It depends upon how the shape of the bird is. Like if it is going downward, then the lines will be downwards. If it is diagonal, the lines will be diagonal. So like here, the lines are a little bit like feathery form, so I'll create feather like structure over here. So you can see the direction keeps on changing as you move to different parts of the head. So accordingly you have to create those small thin lines. Now here I've taken charcoal black, and we will be doing a little bit of detailing on the head side, and little bit of feathers which are coming out also. See, if you are a beginner, it takes time to create such art, but if you'll practice it daily, then I'm sure you'll be able to do it. It just need practice, but regular practice. Otherwise, if you think that it will be turning out in one day, it is not possible. It takes quite a lot of time and practice and effort to come to this stage. So you need to practice every day. Then only you'll be able to create beautiful, realistic painting. So same color here I am using. I have added little bit of Prussian blue and just creating little bit lines to create feathers which are coming out. Now let's start with the eyes. I have just covered the whole eye with black color. Then outlining it with white. And just creating a little bit of shine in the eye with white color. So the eye part is almost done. So let's start with the beak, and the upper part is little bit lighter color, same color which I have used for the feathers I am using. And the lower beak is little dark, so I am using black. When you are when you are doing any small paintings, use small size brushes. That will really create a nice effect to it. So you can see I'm using here small size brushes of different sizes of different brands. These are of some of our Princeton, some are of this Bristol, and this is the Bristol brush, and to create a texture to the branches. So I'm just tapping it and creating the texture. You can see it creates a very nice texture when you use Bristol brush. Don't use a lot of colors to it, and just use the tip of the brush to create those textures. Now I'm just outlining it. Just creating small lines in the branches to create a nice tree structure to it, the tree detailings. And if you try this bird painting, do share me on my Instagram, that is Mohini Art Gallery, and tag me in. I'll really love to see this if you are trying this bird painting. And if you like my video, do like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions, any doubts, any queries, you can definitely comment me in my comment box. I will definitely answer those queries. So finally the tree part is done. The outer line I have done with white, and a little bit texture with white I am creating. Now let's again start with the bird detailing. Here I have just mixed crimson and burnt umber, and just coloring that. Just giving shape to it. And now the detailing part with black. I really like this cute little bird. It's really very cute and very innocent type of face it has. Now again with same color I am doing again second layering. The same technique I am using which I have used previously, that is crisscross method. So just enjoy the process and the technique how I am just layering the fur. So you can see how that pink and crimson is really coming out very beautifully. And I'm just covering the body so that only little part of area is left as bluish texture. So most of the area is covered with pink color. So you have to do layering and layering until unless you are satisfied that okay fine, it's now finally done. But most of the time I'm never satisfied and I have to do again one more layering. So just make sure that you are satisfied and finally the layering is done. So just the final part is left where certain feathers are coming out from the beak. I'm just using that Persian blue color and just creating lines and just shaping that beak more pointed, giving little shape to that beak with white color. So just adding final touch to it, and this is the complete painting. Hope you liked it. Do like, subscribe and share. Thank you.